Newscorp sues Perplexity AI for stealing Wall Street Journal and New York Post content without permission.
I thought they got sued earlier, but may have been thinking about suing them or something.
It's also alleged that some of the web data that's been scraped here was from behind a paywall. They're alleging that they copied and pasted some stuff without even like interpreting it, but then also that apparently this Perplexity was saying, according to the Wall Street Journal, and it was something the Wall Street Journal never published, users flock, in quotes, to Bluesky after Twitter makes some stupid changes.
So who do you think blocked Elon Musk that he really wanted to follow? Who runs Bluesky? I'm like so confused on who does what now.
This is thought of as like a safety feature on these applications, and I'm wondering if this change to the how they do things is gonna piss off people over at the Apple store or the Google Play Store. It's unfortunate that Mastodon didn't kick off, but I just think it's a matter of like not really having a marketing budget. Hey, how the tech are you? I'm producer Dave. As my name would suggest, I'm the producer of all the shows here on Eplex Media. I'm the co-producer of this show and the co-host of this show. I have two stories this week. The first one is Newscorp sues Perplexity AI for stealing Wall Street Journal and New York Post content without permission. The lawsuit was filed the day of this recording, October 21st, 2024, in the Southern District of New York. The lawsuit alleges that Perplexity AI copied content from Newscorp sources on a massive scale. It's also alleged that some of the results are just copied verbatim, but it also alleges that AI falsely attributes things to Newscorp outlets, and others have accused Perplexity AI of the same thing, including the New York Times, Forbes, and Wired. Have you heard much about Perplexity AI? I swear, I think I'd heard of it before, but I hadn't really seen anything about it in the news lately.
I've heard of it before, and I thought they got sued earlier, but may have been thinking about suing them or something for something similar, because they're doing what all the other AI companies are doing, right? And just scraping the internet for data to feed their big models. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's, if you're scraping web data, it's also alleged that some of the web data that's been scraped here was from behind a paywall before it got scraped. So I don't know, did the AI pay for the Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, really, all these people making the different chat program, their AI programs, they really should be paying their sources. I mean, and hopefully like not just the big companies, but that at least trickling down to the people who originally write these articles and stuff, but I might be hoping for too much.
Yeah, there's, OpenAI is doing some of that, but they're like striking deals with the companies, and I'm not sure that the authors are seeing any of the money. But the other side of that, I guess money is fungible, and if it means they get to keep you instead of firing you or whatever, and they have a little extra money and they don't have to lay you off. That's sort of like you getting some of the money, I suppose. What's interesting here, though, is that they're alleging that they copied and pasted some stuff without even like interpreting it. But then also that apparently this Perplexity was saying, according to the Wall Street Journal, and it was something the Wall Street Journal never published. So that's weird.
Oh, well, that's not good either.
Right.
I heard there was,
go ahead.
I don't know if it was Perplexity or OpenAI, but if you put in a prompt just right, it would actually return an article that it had used for training data, like word for word. And I'm wondering if that's what was going on.
Possibly, or that it was lifting, paragraphs, or, what I'm saying, lifting parts of articles verbatim. We'll see what happened. This lawsuit was just filed. I don't know, this Perplexity AI company, I haven't heard much about it. I'm guessing that it doesn't have the kind of money that like OpenAI does. So this could be the end of Perplexity AI, which I don't know anything about them. So I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, I got another story. This one is, as often our stories are here, my next story is about Twitter/X. Users flock, in quotes, to Bluesky after Twitter makes some stupid changes. The stupid changes, obviously, is me editorializing. Bluesky claims that one day last week, they got over 500,000 new users. And many believe that it's due to some changes Twitter made. This week, Twitter/X users will get a notification that even if they block someone, that person can still see their posts without having to log out or switch accounts. So I won't need to use my sock accounts as much, I suppose. Blocked accounts still won't be able to interact with the posts by the people who have them blocked. Twitter/X claims that this is to prevent people from sharing harmful information about another user from behind a block. Blocking is generally thought of as a safety issue, but Elon Musk has long disliked blocking in its current form. And also interesting, the terms of service page on Twitter/X has been changed to include language about all user posts being used to train AI models.
Of course. So who do you think blocked Elon Musk that he really wanted to follow?
I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, it's all personal grievance with that guy.
Yeah.
So if you're like a journalist or whatever and somebody blocks you, it's easy enough to just log out and see their posts.
Yeah.
And so it's not a super big deal, but most people aren't doing that, right? So if somebody blocks you, you just don't see their posts anymore because they don't want to interact with you. This is thought of as like a safety feature on these applications, and I'm wondering if this change to the how they do things is gonna piss off people over at the Apple store or the Google Play Store.
Yeah, I don't know. Even though you're blocked and you can see their posts, can you do stuff like reshare their posts or?
I think
no.
My understanding is you cannot interact with it in any way.
Okay. Because I could see how like still being able to reshare it would be bad, but it doesn't sound like what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I kind of understand why they did it, but it there seems like there's a safety issue, but I can't like put my finger on it, you know?
Well, getting around a block to see someone's post is, I guess, fairly trivial, but it's still, there's an extra step. You got to log out or have a incognito window or whatever. My question is, like, if you block someone or if someone blocks you and then you go to the For You feed, is their stuff still going to show up even though one or the other of you has, you know what I'm saying? One of the other of you has blocked the other one. Because my thought here, because I don't trust this person, my thought here is that he wants to make sure that even if I block Cat Turd, that Cat Turd's stuff still shows up in my feed, and so that it still still gives Cat Turd the happiness of knowing that they got one more view.
Right.
But that's just my guess. I think that for most people, when you get blocked, you don't see the other person's, you can't see each other. And I think that those motivated to get around blocks are generally either trolls or journalists. And those people were already able to get around the block. So I don't see what this accomplishes for anyone, really.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to block somebody, and then you're going to see their posts anyway, and you're going to get annoyed.
Yeah. And I guess it's kind of similar with the AI thing. Like anything you post on Twitter, unless it's like a DM or something, you kind of assume is public anyways. But it's annoying that all these companies are just like, hey, we're just going to use your data to train AI, so there's nothing you can do about it. Too bad.
I miss the good old days when they were just using my data to sell me a couch.
That you already bought, but they still want to advertise you this couch over and over again.
Oh yeah, that's kind of unavoidable, right? Like
I feel like they I don't know why they do it, because I feel like that's not a reason that if you just bought something, like you're not likely to buy it again if it's some like durable good like that. But supposedly that's why it's done. It's like the people most likely to buy something is somebody who's already bought the same thing. Makes no sense, but whatever.
It makes sense with a pint of ice cream, but not with a sectional.
Right. Yeah. But it's always something weird like a sectional or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You'd think it'd be interesting, because that would have been a useful thing for these companies to do, would have been to find, be like, hey, I actually already bought this when you see an ad.
Yeah.
And that would have cost hundreds of billions less than trying to do all this generative AI all over the place, right? All that would have been is like, sorry, I already bought this, because then it's good for the advertiser. The advertiser's not advertising. I already bought this and it's a durable good, like a couch. How many couches you need? But I think this thing about 500,000 people signing up for Bluesky in a day, I think this doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good for Bluesky. I don't know how much they're able to keep that momentum going. Who runs Bluesky? I'm like so confused on who does what now.
No, Jack Dorsey was one of the founders.
Okay.
But it's not, Bluesky isn't like run by one of the big tech firms, right? Meta runs Threads.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Out of all of the alternatives, Threads seems to be the one that most people are flocking to. Like that most people are. I don't know if they have more users than Bluesky. I would imagine that they do. But Threads seems to be the one that's kicking off. It's unfortunate that Mastodon didn't kick off, but I just think it's a matter of like not really having a marketing budget per se.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the sort of, I think the fact that you had to like find a server and then your username was your username at a server. And I think it just confused a lot of people. They thought it was email.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Mastodon is the superior technology. I like distributed stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Mastodon is not doing badly. I think they have like 15 million users or plus or something. I don't know what the latest count is. I mean, that's not Twitter or anything like that. But for an open source project that's just out there, and it seems to have a lot of interesting people on there, even if they're cross-posting something else.
Yeah, and for that, because
noticed,
it's distributed, it might be hard to actually get numbers on how many people are using it anyway.
Yeah, who knows how accurate those numbers are. What was I thinking? I have noticed on Mastodon that I've been getting a number of new followers recently. I mean, I don't get a ton anymore, but I'll get like maybe one or two a week or something like that. Which is a lot more than I was a while ago, a couple months ago when I was getting like nothing per week. But I already have a number of followers. So, and I post this video, how the tech are you videos on Mastodon. If you want to follow to keep up to date on those.
Yeah, I got to say that I've been neglecting Mastodon. I think I'm going to be one of those people that rides Twitter until like something happens where it just becomes completely unusable.
Yeah, I mean, I never was that into Twitter to begin with, so switching to Mastodon was not a problem for me. And even then, I don't use it like a ton.
This Bluesky thing is I think it was a weird choice, I think, for The Verge to lead with that, because the not being able to block people thing anymore is actually the lead here, not the Mastodon got 500,000 users, or not the Bluesky got 500,000 users.
Yeah,
anything Twitter and Elon, I'll be keeping an eye on. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know if the app stores are going to be inclined to take action about this. It'd be interesting to see though, because being able to block people, it might be in their terms of service that you have to be able to block people. Like if you're going to be in the Apple Store, the Apple App Store, or the Google Play Store, but I don't know. Thanks for checking out How the Tech Are You? This is our weekly tech show, echoplexmedia.com. Go to echoplexmedia.com, check out all of our other stuff, and make sure you check out our channel at twitch.tv/echoplexmedia, usually live 6 nights a week. And sometimes my co-host, the Media Wench, will go live during the day when she's bored on the weekends. Click on one of these two things. I command you. Have a great tech and week.